not figure out, but we're trying to, educate ourselves as much as we can throughout camp. We take it day by day on something new. We don't want to just jump all into it because that'd be a lot of hate in one day. So, we just try to educate ourselves day by day and learn how much we can about the rivalry before the game.
You excited to play a team where there's a genuine dislike?
Definitely. That's really what you play the game of football for. Games like this.
Is it hard to generate that dislike when you're not familiar with these dudes?
Not at all. Once we put this on our jerseys and that Pitt script on our helmets, whoever they say we don't like, and it's not hard to generate that hate at all. So, once we get in between those lines, we're ready to go, no matter who it is. And if it's a rivalry game, we get fired up.
How much of an advantage is it to have them coming to you rather than you going to them, the Panther Pit and the Pitt fans? I mean, it's not a far drive to West Virginia, though, but how big is it to be playing at Hines or Acrisure?
Yeah. It's a big deal. And not only because, they're coming here or anything like that, but like the atmosphere of this game is going to be wild. And we understand that. We know that. We already played in games like this. Well, not like this, but like with a great atmosphere. Last year we played at Tennessee. My freshman year we played at Penn State. So like we know the feel that it's going to have, but this is we think this is going to be another level. So we're getting ready for it.
So how important is this year to sort of prove that what happened last year is sort of where you guys sort of broke through what had been sort of like the level that you guys have been at, 6, 7, 8 wins, to get to that next level? How important is it to prove that like last year wasn't just a one and done type situation?
To be honest, I don't think we're trying to prove that at all. I think we're just trying to go out there and win football games. That's what we're here to do, really. So we're not worried about trying to get a 10-win season, 11-win season. We're worried about winning every day, really. And if we win every day, that 10-win season, that 11-win season, that'll come.
When you have a pretty good view of what Kalijah does in front of you.
Oh, 100%.
What do you see?
Magic. That's what I see. I see him just crafting every day in practice and on the field in the game. I see him just create magic. He's a very quick, twitchy guy. He's very powerful, very strong. So when he goes to work, he goes to work. And just to see that in front of me, I'm having a show also playing the game.
Do you find yourself, when you guys are watching tape, do you find yourself sort of, your eyes just drifting towards him? Or are you sort of like, I got to make sure I'm doing my job, I should probably watch?
So when I watch film, it's a couple ways. I watch film selfishly, and then I watch film as collectively as a team and things like that. When I watch film selfishly, I focus on myself, focus on the technique that I, could have did better, focus on the scheme. But when I, watch it just to watch it, yes. My eyes are on him a lot, and like I said, he does magic on that field. So.
When you look at the pressure that you guys have generated the last few years, it's with different guys. So it's not like it's just one dude wrecking things. Do you think that's become a calling card of this program, that if you come to Pitt and you play in the front seven or whatever, like this is what the expectations are. We expect you to go back there and just mess stuff up.
Yes. That's our philosophy. We want to be the most aggressive defense in the country. And as you've seen in the past, 3 to 4 years, we have been. We like sacks. We like wreaking havoc. We like TFLs. That's what our defense is based on. All those things. And to be honest, that's what gets you paid. That's what gets you to the next level. Those type of stats. So yeah, that's our philosophy on defense. Get the TFLs, get the sacks, get the turnovers, and we'll really have a good game.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
How reassuring is it for you to have Eric and Brandon behind you? And what do you think makes them such a complimentary duo?
They're vets. They take the game seriously. They slow it down. They're like coaches on the field and in the classroom, even though they're players. You know what I mean? So just being in front of them and knowing, they have this half of the field or these guys set and this ready or whatever, I feel comfortable. It makes my job easier because I know I'm not worried about the back four. So, yeah.
And how do you think that they complement each other with their styles of play or
Yeah,
personalities or
definitely.
anything like that?
So the way they play is the way they are in real life. Brandon, big hitter, not loud, but he's a good guy. Everyone loves to be around him, and you know he does his thing. Eric, he's on the more reserved side. He's the smart one, like you know X and O's, 1, 2, 3. That's him. And those two get together is just like that's crazy. Them together is. It's a good duo. I like the duo. I know the coaches like the duo. So, and I know they like each other as well. They've been working together for some time now. Like even when my first couple years here, these guys were together. So that chemistry has been there for a while.
We've talked about you being a former quarterback before. What's your assessment, though it's early, what has been your assessment of Keaton and Nick?
I didn't tell you guys. You didn't hear?
I don't think I was here, no.
Oh no, I'm the quarterback.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
I've been relieved from my duties on defense.
Well, as who would be better served as your backup, or as their backup? How do you think that they pan out?
I don't really see myself having a backup this year. I see myself, coming in, starting, and getting the job done. So those guys, that's on them. You know what I mean? I'm worried about me getting under that center.
Was Kenny reached out and giving you any advice?
Yeah, me and Kenny talked a lot. You know what I mean? He basically told me everything I needed to know. But then Coach Sid came in, so that kind of went out the door.
What did he tell you? Complete a lot of passes,
Yeah.
throw for a lot of yards.
Of course.
You found the end zone.
He said, find your favorite receiver. I said, okay, I got it.
Which one's your favorite?
I can't tell you yet.
Okay.
You got to see when I throw it to him.
All right.
My first pass would be to my favorite receiver.
Okay.
Got it?
Also your last pass.
And the last one.
You had to ask a question about your mindset, the defense's mindset, defending an ACC title. And talking to Holland, kind of surprised me. He was saying when he looks back at last season, like, yeah, he's excited about the ACC, but also you think how close you are to the playoff, how
Correct.
close you are to your next goal. Is that sort of the way you see this? And if you guys correct a couple mistakes, just how enticing it can be.
Definitely. And I think that's what our offseason was really built off of was let's focus on details now. Let's get disciplined now. Let's really like hone in on the details so that, when the game comes and the fans are screaming and everything gets chaotic, we still know to like rely on our training. So we think, this year that 7 point, we don't want to be that short. We want to achieve that goal. So that's what we really try to focus on as a defense this year.
Do you think that's perspective you guys lack, not for any reason, just like you haven't been where you've been? Is that something you've maybe gained over the past year, like learned this one? Does that make sense?
Can you elaborate?
No, just the perspective to think like that, to realize like what that means. Do you think that's something that your chase to an ACC title helped you learn?
Yes, I think so. Last year, previous years we always broke down on ACC champs, even though we had a 6-6 season or a 7-5, you know what I mean? So we believe we can get there. It's just we have to get the job done with the details, with focusing and just doing everything we can on the field and winning games. So we think, when you focus on that earlier or, try to get everything done, it'll come.
Do you feel any additional pressure having to kind of be the leader in the linebacker room this year, coming from you were the young guy because there are all the older guys and now you're the older guy?
No, not really. Last year I tried to kind of mirror Cam Bright and like, he actually helped me into the leadership role because he showed me what I needed to do. He showed me, how to be a leader and do everything for the defense that you can. So I don't have any pressure at all this year.
You talked about Brandon and Eric being coaches on the field. That's what Coach Narduzzi says about you, Bengali Kamara, Solomon DeShields, they all say that you're like a coach on the field. Is that something that comes naturally to you? Or is that something you just developed in your time at Pitt?
Yes, I think it has definitely came naturally to me because once I figure out the right way to do something, I want to get it done every time. And I want everybody else to be on the same page as well. So when we're, as linebackers, defending a run or, running a certain blitz, I want to make sure I tell them before Coach Manny does, like, listen, this is what needs to happen, this is what needs to get done, and this is how you fix it. And to be honest, I think that players or teammates take that from a player better than a coach. Because when you hear from a coach, it's like, he's just yelling at me. When you hear from a player, it's like, okay, he knows what needs to get done and he wants to help me.
The ACC kickoff, you said you were asked about the turnover hoop, and you mentioned that Coach Bates can't dunk. He told me he can dunk on a 7-foot hoop. I asked him about it.
7 foot, yeah. If you bring it down a little bit, he'll probably be able to get up there.
How's it been watching Bengali and Sullivan kind of rise throughout this spring? How's it been for you as a guy who's like a big brother kid?
Yeah. I've seen Bengali and Solomon since they came in. I've seen their growth from freshman year to now, even from the Chick-fil-A Bowl to now, and it's been big. And to me, seeing that, it makes me proud. Not only because I look at them as little brothers, but I know where they want to go and where they could be. So when I see them, fixing their craft and really being the player that they are, it makes me happy because I know they could be really good players.
So Rossi, how much have you learned about WVU since maybe knowing about the game, or now that it feels a little bit more real? Have you found yourself hearing stories from teammates, coaches about what the rivalry means?
Oh, definitely. Like I said earlier, I don't know if you were here earlier. I said,
Sorry,
you're fine.
put you on repeat.
Right now during camp, they're trying to take it day by day. They did it during the off season, they educated us a little bit, but now it's definitely picking up. The intensity has picked up, and we're learning more of what we can, so that when that day comes, when the game comes, we hate them that much more. So the stories have definitely came out. The antics and everything has definitely came out. Sometimes our strength staff plays their fight song. So yeah, we get a little pissed off even more. So a lot of things have been.
What are country roads? I don't even know. Is that what it is?
Well, I think so.
I don't know either.
But we definitely heard that song a lot of times. So
Tired of hearing it already.
Definitely. I'm tired of it.
A lot of people saw that 3 guys left, Patricia and George, or
Cam, right?
Cam and Campbell. And people were saying maybe, national publications were saying maybe Pitt's linebacker core isn't going to be as strong as other areas of the team. How do you take thoughts like that when you hear them? As a proud guy.
Right. I really try not to pay attention to that. But, I have a coach that really loves us, really wants us to be that great core that we can be. He really tries to help us, with anything we can, really. So if that's the scheme, if that's technique or anything, he just tries to make sure that we're ready to go when game 1 comes. So I'm not really worried about what anyone says about how strong we are as a core or how we might look. I'm worried about how these guys play game 1.
How do you think they're going to, the younger guys especially, are going to play this season?
Everyone needs to get thrown in the fire. It happens to me, it happened to everyone else. Once you get thrown in the fire, it's how you react to it. So I'm hoping these guys react in a good way, and I hope you guys see what I see.
Where are you lining up right now?
I'm still all over the place right now.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That's the way you like it, right?
Of course. Definitely.
You can only play one position at a time.
I know. So right now we'll just go through camp, see what we can, and line up where we can on September 1st.
Thanks for your time, Sir Wesson. Appreciate it.